What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today's video is mainly about reviews. Now, there's no particular instances, it's really just all of the instances combined, but it's the importance of reviews and what factor they play into your business. Stay tuned. For starters, let you guys know a little bit about what's been going on. Me and my wife, we had our third daughter, so yay for that. Oh, I just had a baby. Feels good, feels good. Best part about having a baby, it's gotta be the lack of sleep. All children are a blessing, 100%. Having 3 children now, you know, there's a lot that tests you and pressure you in life, and you know, it's really about how well you work together with somebody, you know, because you're not always happy. Things aren't always great. There's ups and downs almost constantly in life. You know, you can have 10 up and down moments just in one day. Now, mind you, those might be small moments, but, you know, given a year, 10 years, 20 years, you know, all the ups and downs you could go through. And if you stick together, find solutions, and, you know, sometimes love just doesn't always do it. You have to keep the right mindset. You have to understand why you're in it and what you're here for. So, now that we talked about what I wanted to talk about, we have done a good amount of jobs. We did one job where we did $1,400 in the day. Excuse me, it was $1,200 for one of the jobs. So this is what we got. Got all this. We're gonna get this trash out of here. Everything on this wall stays, and everything other than that rototiller and some gardening stuff also stays, but pretty much all this is getting out of here. Good portion of what you see here. And then we got this pile over here, and that gardening stuff is staying. The wood, the table's staying. Those couple pieces of wood are staying, and this gardening stuff is staying. All this stuff is going. Probably not those concrete ones. Looks a little heavy. And that was a really good day. And then after that, we ended up having my daughter. And we're gonna be turning here. We had my daughter. Fast forward, do a small job, did another small job today, just to kind of get things moving, get some cash flow in. You never know what's in store for the day. I do apologize, I'm on a brick road, so, you know, some of these cities just love that authenticity. The authenticity. Reviews are one of the most helpful things for your business. When you buy a product, let me paint you a picture here. You buy a product, you're on Amazon. You're looking for a nice ring for your wife. You're looking for, or jewelry, right? I don't know why you'd be buying jewelry on Amazon, but you're looking for a nice toy for your kid. Maybe something for your gaming console, computer, sports equipment. What do? What's one of the first things you do? You look at the reviews. How credible is the product? How credible is the supplier? How well do people how quickly do they get their product, what was expected when they got it, and what did they receive when they got it, you know, were those expectations met? All of that is going to be inside of the reviews. So, you know, it's nothing that you necessarily have to push for. I've never once pushed for reviews from a customer. I've only ever sent them a link. And I would like to take a moment and make a shout out to Angie Leads themselves, for making such a seamless transition, a link for the customer to leave a review. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's said in the link that I sent. I don't know if it's just the link. But, you know, 7-8 times out of 10, the customer's leaving a review. Now, and I would say 50% of those times, I'm mentioning, hey, I'm going to send you a review link. Don't feel obligated. But it does help me out a lot if you'd like to leave a review. So I do think Angie Leads must say something in the little thing they send out that really maybe obligates or inclines the customer to just say, mention something about their experience or something. But reviews is what will also set you apart from the competition. Your reviews should match the quality, should match the pricing. You know, when you can line up those experiences, it'll just really help separate you from the business. So if you don't have a way to get reviews either on your website, social media page, Angie Leads, like a lead generator like I do for myself, I actually just screenshot my reviews and put them on my website as well. You know, and I'm sure there's various ways you could go about this. Mine was a very simple, I didn't really go a tech savvy route that way, right? I have had multiple customers tell me, yeah, I seen you had 5 stars. So I thought, you know, there's really, how could you go wrong? There's so many 5-star reviews. And it's like, you know, having something like that to really back you up, you know, you should, your work, your quality will speak for you. If you're doing a task, or let's say you finished a task and somebody walks up, even a stranger, your friend, the person you're doing the job for, whoever walks up, and they're like, wow, looks like you did a good job. You know, you should be able to tell if somebody's doing a good job. And that really, you know, also goes into cutting corners. You shouldn't be cutting corners. You should do things 100% complete, 100% just getting the job done. And that kind of, you know, makes me think of another point I would want to touch on, which is patience. I see it all the time. I feel like I'm noticing a little bit more, especially in traffic. Just a lot of people, you know, you're going 5 or so, give or take, over the speed limit, really just cruising. You know, you're not exactly going the speed limit, but you're going the speed limit and stuff, and people always riding your butt. People always passing you like crazy, whether I'm in the work vehicle, my vehicle, any truck I'm in. For some reason, it just seems like people are just getting super impatient. And the thing is, there's no reason for it. You should be structuring your life and managing your time in a way that if a place takes 15 minutes to get there and you need to give yourself at least 20 minutes, you should be leaving your house with 20 minutes until you get there. That leaves a couple minutes for a red light, a small traffic jam, maybe a small little accident, you know, a slight inconvenience, and it leaves you a couple minutes to spare. That no matter what, when you get there, you know, and trying to be there an extra minute or 2 early, all the bobbing and weaving, cutting traffic, speeding, you know, it's just 100% not worth it. You need to have your patience. It takes 15 minutes to get to a spot in town, then it takes 15 minutes. You making it 14 and a half minutes isn't doing anybody any justice. If anything, you're putting yourself at a greater risk of creating an accident or making a mistake. So I did just want to kind of touch on that, because I feel like I've just been seeing it a good amount, and it just seems so unnecessary, especially if you consider that we are all in control of our own time. You shouldn't be putting yourself in such positions that you need to rush like crazy all the time everywhere you go. So, if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Peace.